The Walgreens shares moving to the upside, up nearly 3% in the pre-market. The company offering soft profit guidance, also missing fiscal fourth quarter profit expectations. The results now mean that they've underperformed Wall Street's adjusted earnings expectations for 2 quarters in a row. Now, that has not happened in some time for Walgreens. Walgreens also saying that it expects adjusted earnings per share of $3.20 to $3.50 in the coming fiscal year. That was lower than what the street had anticipated. Now, Brad, this is a stock that has been under pressure now for some time. We talk about the turnaround. We talk about what needs to happen in order to regain some of the momentum that's been lost when you take a look at the fact that COVID vaccines and also just the fact that people are not buying tests nearly at the rate that they had been over the last 3 years. That has certainly weighed on Walgreens' results here over the most recent quarters. They have a new CEO at the helm, Tim Wentworth. Now, I think the big question here for investors, for analysts, is what is going to be his top priority going forward, and also what he plans to do in terms of the cost reductions and what needs to happen for Walgreens to regain some of that momentum and also just expand parts of their business which have been lagging just a bit when you take into account some of the issues that we've seen and the slow ramp up that we've seen in their health unit. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm looking across some of the segments here, and investors who are thinking about what has already taken place in terms of the announcement for changes at the top here, not just for a new CEO, but there's also still question marks around who could be that next CFO at Walgreens as well to really kind of pair with the new appointments to CEO here. But for 2 of the segments that investors keep a close eye on here moving forward here, pharmacy comp sales and retail comp sales. Pharmacy comp sales in this most recent quarter up by about 9.9%. Retail comp sales up by about 11.7% here. And then additionally here, you think about what the foot traffic looks like. Strong retail comp sales growth of 11.7% in the fourth quarter with growth across all categories is what they're talking about there. But the store basket size, that's only up by about 5% versus the prior year here. So all in, I think even if they're talking about the consecutive growth for Boots, for Walgreens specifically, it's going to be how do you kind of pair that in-store environment, that in-store experience with some of the other healthcare offerings that they're trying to in tandem for all of the companies in this PBM space, make sure that they've got kind of an all-inclusive, all-serving, one-stop shop type of ecosystem that they're powering. And those are some of the investments that I look forward to hearing more about from this new executive team once they get boots to the ground, no pun intended there, but, you know, full speed ahead here. Yeah, certainly that's going to be one of the question points, or focal points, I should say, of the street, just in terms of how big of a boost and what needs to happen in order to regain some momentum. Also just cost-cutting measures. Yes. I think that's going to be a topic on this call. They're going to want to hear a little bit more. In this release, CEO Ginger Graham saying that they do anticipate seeing the impact of the cost cuts of $1 billion and also lowering CapEx expenditures by $600 million. They expect to see the impact of those actions in fiscal 2024 beginning in the second quarter. So I think any more details on that, and of course what that looks like under the new CEO, is going to be a big question here for analysts. We heard from Liz Young Liz Young from SoFi joined us earlier this week, said the theme of this earnings quarter might be cost discipline. Yeah. Those are 2 of the words that are already said here in this Walgreens Boots Alliance earnings announcement, and we're basically on day 1 of it. She knows what she's talking about. You got to listen to her.